Dear students of Honors Part 4, hopefully you are keeping well. I am Siddhartha Shankar, an assistant professor in English in Government Horoganga College, Munshiganj. Dear students, we are discussing on a novel, great novel, The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Dear students, in my first class, I have discussed on the novelist. In the second class, I have discussed on the justification of the title, and today I am going to discuss on the approach of reading this novel and about the theme of this novel. Dear students, as I have already said that this is a short novel, or in English it is called a novella or short novel. Though it is a very short novel, it has several themes in it, and the first and the foremost thing that is discussed in this novel is about the theme of self-restraint, and that people, when they are given absolute freedom, they can't control their primitivism. So, in this novel, we get that theme of self-restraint, and again here we also get the work in our subconscious mind, that is the exploration of our self. And this is the another theme of this novel, and uh, that is, in this novel we also get the theme of barbarism or primitivism. And and here we get how a civilized man become uncivilized in the touch of barbar people, or in the touch of barbarism. Therefore, the influence of barbarism on the civilized society is also a theme of this novel. And the most prominent thing, that is the worthy of discussion, that is the theme of imperialism. And here in this novel we get the effect of imperialism. And dear students, at the time of writing this novel, the British colony was at its top. Though in this novel the Belgian imperialism has been discussed, still the writer or the novelist targets the whole imperialism of that time. And at the present time, most of the countries of the world are free from imperialism, but at that time, when Conrad wrote this novel, imperialism was prevailing on the earth, and it has some adverse effect among the people, upon the people. Therefore, the theme of imperialism is also worthy of discussion here. And dear students, uh, theme of imperialism is a great thing to discuss. Whenever we go on discussing this theme, we can think it in two ways. We can think this in two ways. The first thing, in the eye of imperialist, in the eye of imperialists, and the secondly, the people who are under imperialism. So the two types of people take imperialism in two ways. For example, the Britishers or the Belgian people was the imperialist in this novel. But the people of Congo, they are under imperialism, or they were colonized. Hence, the two group of people think over imperialism in the two ways. Now, think about the imperialists, what do the imperialists think from their point of view? The imperialists justify imperialism in the way that imperialism is a very good thing because it is the white man's duty to civilize the uncivilized people. That means the imperialism, they set the logic, the imperialists especially, they set the logic that they are setting imperials to educate the uneducated people and to civilize the uncivilized people. Um, so therefore their motto is great, but from the point of view of the imperialized or the colonized people, what do they think? Actually, they are exploited. Now, in this novel, we obviously find that Joseph Conrad had a very neutral point of view because he was a part of the imperialist people, imperialist, because he was also uh, uh, a part of the company of a Belgian company. Therefore, he was a member of the member of the imperialist. And but as a people of good sense, as a man of good sense, Joseph Conrad uh, had a very neutral point of view here, and he never hesitated to criticize the adverse effect of imperialism. Therefore, we the readers, especially we the people of the Indian subcontinent, were also under the colony of Britishers. Therefore, we have also very a negative idea about imperialism, and in this novel we also find that our taste has been satisfied here, and we think that after reading this novel we can gauge that, we can understand that imperialism is not good at all for the people, because though the imperialists set the motto to educate the uneducated people, actually they had, in guise of this motto, they had another intention, they have another intention, that is to exploit the wealth from that country. Therefore, this is a very controversial thing, that imperialism is not a easy matter, easy thing, rather it is a very controversial thing. Dear students, in this novel, that the adverse effect of imperialism or the negative aspects of imperialism has been depicted conspicuously. And dear students, here you will find the imperialists, that is Belgian company, they were very much obsessed with collecting wealth, and in this novel we find the representative of wealth is ivory, and here actually ivory is the tusk of elephant, and in this novel ivory symbolizes the greed of the imperialist and the motto of the imperialist. And uh, uh, when the in the 1890s, when the novelist Joseph Conrad wrote this novel, at that time Belgian king was Leopold II, and at that time Belgian trading company used to send their agents into the Congo uh, for trading, and actually their main purpose was trading, that means to collect ivory, but the imperialists, they used to show the world that they had gone there to educate the uneducated people or to civilize that uncivilized black people. And ivory. So you will find in almost from beginning to the end of this novel, we will find that ivory is is in the center of this novel. That means ivory is the lust or greed for wealth, or obsession of the white people or the traders or the company people. Therefore, uh, here the greed of the white people or the imperialist has been depicted. This is a great theme or a matter of great concern of this novel. Dear students, here you will find the major character, Mr. Kurtz or Mr. Kurtz. And dear students, in this novel you will find most of the characters are unnamed. We know them by their profession. The name of the characters are not mentioned, rather their profession or some other identity has been mentioned, and only two characters are named in this novel. The one is the narrator of this novel, who is named Marlowe, and the another is the central character of this novel, who is named Mr. Kurtz. And you will find that Mr. Kurtz, who is the central character of this novel, is uh, is in the touch of evil of this uh, uncivilized country, uncivilized region of this world. Uh, Mr. Kurtz uh, is a agent or is a representative of the white people or so-called civilized people. But when he went there as a part of the Belgian company or as a representative of the Belgian company, his main job or main concern was to collect wealth for their uh, uh, country or for the company, because ivory is unnecessary to the people of the native people, but it is very costly, or it is very much attractive thing, ivory, to the people of Europe or the Europeans, because Europeans used to make several ornaments or some other tools or things using this ivory. Therefore, ivory is at the center of this novel. And most of the characters of this novel are revolving around this ivory or wealth or greed or avarice, whatever you say. Therefore, uh, the company agents or the or the Belgian company people, they used to collect ivory from that uh, land that is named Congo. And here Mr. Kurtz, who is the central character of this novel, he is involved with collecting this ivory greatly, and he collects more ivory than all the agents can collect altogether. That means he is a man of great importance there, and the promotion or fame or their designation depends on the collection of ivory. Therefore, it is natural that people who go there as a representative of the company will give their full attention for collecting this wealth for their country or for their companies, for their agents. And for doing this, Mr. Kurtz, he was involved in his job or in his attention too much that he lost himself among the barbarians, and he mixed himself with the barbarian people such a way that he himself became a barbar. And his the primitivism or the uh, evil thing that is in the subconscious mind of people get exposed, and Mr. Coates, he himself became a savage and he became more than a savage people, more than savage people, because the savage people of that land, the savages used to uh, treat him as their uh, king, or the king of the savager used to mm, uh, honor him more than their god. But that means he became a godlike person to the barbarians, and he was the god of the savage people or god of the uncivilized people. He was considered as the god of the uncivilized people. Therefore, here in this novel we find the depiction of that subconsciousness of human mind. So, dear students, this novel, here you we find this very important psychological matter. Here we find the description of that nature, the description of the natives, we find the depiction of the motto of the Western people or the European and the imperialist people. Therefore, a lot of themes are there in this novel. So, whenever we will go to read this novel, we have to keep in mind about these themes, and it would be easier on our part to understand the basic theme of this novel. Dear students, hopefully you have understood what I have tried to say today. I wish you will be safe and sound, and see you in my next class. Thank you.